So we have the car here. It is outside, all cleaned up. Big thanks to Eric and all of them at Lashway. I'm sure they did some nice street tuning and everything. For the ones that haven't seen it, this is my 2002 Trans Am, and I apologize if the camera quality is completely different than what I'm used to shooting because I forgot my GoPro. It is at home, so I'm shooting all of this actually on my cell phone. But this is my 2002 Trans Am. So let's go in and talk to Eric and get everything squared away. Get ready to go in. Empty my bank account again because I have a meth problem. 20-year-old car still looks great. Back at home, you know, doing the normal shit. Beautiful Chevelle. Nice 5th gen. Beautiful V8. I don't know, Daniel, if you're watching all this, look underneath your car. And for the ones that haven't seen me, I raced this car actually at the drag strip. He out 60-footed my ass like I was sitting still. But I caught him on the big end. Obviously, my car is obviously a lot lighter, meaning the Corvette. Very cool. And Daniel's loud QTP cutouts. We had those on the Trans Am. Took them off. But they definitely make a difference. They're very loud. Beautiful car. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful car. Nice upgraded diff. Nice G-force axle. All kinds of good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, now we finally have the Trans Am here, and I am finishing off the video from the time where I picked up the vehicle at Lashway Motorsports. Excuse me, and I apologize for the wind in advance if there is an excessive amount of wind. But as you can see, we have the Trans Am here behind me. She made great power, great torque, and we've significantly moved the power band from the lower to mid RPM range to the upper RPM range. The cam that I installed in this car is the Magic Stick 4. It is a high RPM, high revving cam, and it obviously is going to grant you a lot more horsepower than torque. And because I use this car more so on the street to do a couple races and stuff like that, the horsepower to me is more important than the torque. Now, if I was on the drag strip, that would have been a little bit different story. But as we can see, we can walk around the car and you guys can see the vehicle. I mean, she is just stunning. She is just beautiful. Brand new cylinder heads, brand new guts, obviously entirely new fuel system and such. Everything that's going to be supported to make, obviously, well over, I'm not going to give you guys the exact numbers, but I can tell you this, it definitely made over 500 to the tire. And this is still an LS1 Gen 3 motor. So she definitely gets up, she scoots, and she sounds fantastic. Obviously, you guys have heard many clips already in this video and such like that. So I wanted to definitely show you guys and bring the car here. But I will open the hood for you guys so you can see. All right, as you can see, it appears to be mostly stock, but of course we all know it's not. We obviously have a speed density tune. Everything works perfectly great. Here we have the nice PRC ported and polished CNC heads, you know, huge headers, you know, for the motor to exhale. Again, still 5.7 liters of displacement, and of course everything else to support it to go along the way. So this is the car, this is the Trans Am. So to reiterate, obviously no need to update all the accessories and stuff like that, but some things obviously were upgraded as needed. Obviously on the dyno, we did obviously see the limitations of the LS6 intake manifold that this vehicle does have, and the LS6 intake manifold, it capped out at 66 or 6700 RPM. So I am definitely considering the fast setup, but given the cost versus how much I'm going to gain, it may not be worth it, you know, $1,500, $2,000 and everything all said and done with a tune, just for another 10, maybe 15 horsepower up top. So but other than that, you know, as I've mentioned, she's not very happy below, you know, 1500 RPM due to the size of the cam. However, but once that thing gets to 3,000-4,000 RPM, it obviously becomes alive. Everything becomes great. And then when she's screaming at 5, 6, all the way to 7, actually, where I have the limiter actually on this vehicle, but it can actually go much higher and still make power, just intake manifold obviously limited. She screams. So people that say that you cannot daily drive a Magic Stick 4, yes you can. Here it is. It is rough a little bit, absolutely, but you know what, if you're considering a Magic Stick 4 for a car or anything like that, you already know the complications and everything that's obviously going to come along with it. So that's the Trans Am. Lashway Motorsports did a fantastic job installing a lot of the parts. Of course, me compiling the parts that I've been collecting in my garage to obviously have this done. Everything worked out great. So she definitely is thirsty now. She definitely drinks a lot more fuel than before. That big 340 fuel pump that's in this thing, she definitely drinks a lot of fuel. So, but that's going to end it off here for today's video. But what better way to celebrate at the end of the video with a big with a big smoky burnout? So let's go ahead and do that. what was that, 50 bucks? All right, let me go ahead and roll a few clips here of the car actually on the dyno, and of course, engine being disassembled and reassembled, some of the snapshots that I was actually able to get of this. So here you guys go.